Yep. Hello and welcome back. So this is going to be the third video in my activism series. So first things off, before I get started, I wanted to address some mistakes I made in my previous video. Looking back, I realized that the first thing is I mentioned I had no problem with gay people after I was talking about how I sometimes use these terms that I probably shouldn't have. I neglected to say that I also have no problems with black people. And I kind of thought that went without saying just because actually most of my friends are black Americans. But I realized that I posted this in some other groups that you guys actually don't know who I am. So I just wanted to address that real quick. First things off, there's only two things in this world I don't like. People who are intolerant of other people's culture and the Dutch. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any problem with the Dutch. But you get my drift. I hope you get my drift. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is I realized I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent. I was talking about jail, bad terms, women, stuff like that. None of that was really important. So this video, we're done with the boring stuff. We're going to get into some real interesting things. At least I think so. So now that that's out of the way, we can begin. Actually, real quick, just before we even go any further, I'm bound to make some mistakes. I'm only human. Or am I? No, I'm just fine. But yeah, I'm bound to make some mistakes. So I guess what I wanted to say is try not to look for the things that I do wrong, but for the things that I do right. I'm trying my best. I'm bound to make some mistakes. I actually addressed that in the first video, and it's quite, easy to make people upset. I'm really not trying to do that. So if I offend anybody, please let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to try to clean up my act. I appreciate some of the user feedback that you guys gave me, so hopefully I can incorporate that into this video. Anyways, today's topic is what is wrong. So it's actually pretty easy to answer this question. I can answer it really quickly. What's wrong is fucking Donald Trump. That's pretty much, that's the main thing that's wrong right now, at least from what I can tell. So let me go through some points as to why I think that Donald Trump is wrong and bad for this country, and maybe we can form some sort of corollary or a syllogism, I forget what the word is, something like that, of why I believe these thoughts. The first thing, China. China, China, China. Should we be worried about China? Yeah, probably. To tell you the truth, I agree that we should take a hard stance on them. But again, I'm not a politician. These are not things that are up to me. Here's what I do see is wrong. Trump's starting to trade wars with these guys literally over nothing. Oh yeah, let's just incorporate trade tariffs on our biggest lenders and trading partners. Oh my god, what a great idea. How come no one has ever thought of this before? Oh my god, what a brilliant and genius leader. Wow. This is definitely not going to escalate. They're definitely not going to retaliate. Oh, and this is definitely not going to push them back into a corner with Russia and North Korea. Jeez, wow, this is totally going to help geopolitical tensions so well. What a genius. Enough of the sarcasm. Honestly, tariffs is just bad for business. It's bad for us, and it's bad for the working class American. And I'm not the only one that's saying this, okay? I'm actually getting, and I'll try to cite some sources. Maybe they're not the most reliable sources, but one source I do actually really enjoy is the Washington Post. Now, I know that Donald Trump has his own problems calling it fake news this, fake news that, but you can almost rest assured that anything Donald Trump calls fake news is probably not fake. This brings us to our second point. Russia. What the fuck? Now, I didn't grow up in the Cold War. I think that kind of ended in the 90s. I was born in 92, just for the record. But, I mean, I'm not an idiot, too. And I know that we spent a lot of time not liking these guys. In fact, they were our enemies for the latter half of the 20th century. So why do we think it's okay that these guys helped put a president into the White House? Am I the only one that thinks that's a little suspicious? I'm not the only one. This is precisely why the president is under federal investigation by the FBI for dealing with these guys. And to tell you the truth, I hope you fucking rot in federal prison for high treason against the United States of America. Because this shit is not a joke. At least not to me. Anyways, Donald Trump is not the only one to blame for dealing with Russia. In fact, a lot of blame should go squarely on Facebook, okay? Right now, especially with the scandals going on with Cambridge Analytica, their leaked memos. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg's literally about to go before Congress and answer some of these questions. So this should tell all of us really how real this situation is. People tend to seem to think that these things are jokes until it's not a joke anymore. Okay? So Facebook definitely has some very, very big questions to answer. And personally, I can't wait to fucking hear them. The next point is the White House. This dude is literally treating the White House as if it's some sort of college frat. Like, what is this I hear about them icing people? Like, and don't get me wrong, and I'm not talking about immigration icing. I'm talking about natty icing or Smirnoff icing, whatever the icing they're doing there. I'll tell you what, this is not college, okay? It's not college. And you know how Donald Trump does it? Oh, you're fired. You're fired. You're all fired. No, dude, stop firing the government, okay? That we need this to run. You already shut the government down. Like you already tanked the stock market like 3 times in the past 2 weeks. Is this how you run a fucking country? Please tell me that this is a joke. For my own mental health, I am literally just gonna assume that this is all a joke. Okay? You know what? You know, forget this. I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Okay. All right. I had to take a little breather. I'm showing off. It's all right. But again, like this is not a joke. Stop treating this like it's a joke. Like, it's really not. And honestly, the list goes on and on. Like, it really does. Like, just for example, he's being investigated right now by Robert Mueller. What does this guy do? He goes to Twitter. Oh, bing, 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 bing. Oh, Robert Mueller. Oh, fake news, conspiracy this, Democrats, Obama. But don't forget about her emails. What about her emails? No, come on, man. Literally, if you're not guilty, then stop fucking acting like it. For real. Like, dude... I know I went off on like a little bit of a rant. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure this out. Anyways, the message that I hope you take away from this video is that there's definitely something wrong. Don't just take my word for it. This stuff is really not that hard to find. It's all over the news. In fact, you probably couldn't avoid it even if you tried. The one thing that I think is basically what's going on here is we have a fucking 4-year-old just running the country. That's from his behaviors and actions. This kid's just a little kid, a little child. You know, and maybe maybe some of the blame is on us. Perhaps we could have done things differently in the 2016 election. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming the Republicans. I'm not blaming the Democrats. Honestly, like I want to take accountability for my actions, and perhaps I didn't do enough myself. I think that people in this country want to change, and this guy came around at the right time, said some good things, some simple things that a lot of people agreed with. He blamed people. He created a common enemy, which tends to unite people. Where have we seen that before? Anyways, going on, like, this is not an incorrectable problem. And this is precisely why I'm making these videos, and this is why I think that someone, at least personally, why I am doing this to get the message out. Because if something doesn't change, this is not gonna go. This is not going anywhere that at least I want to be. And I don't know about you. I really don't. But I hope you don't either. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. And next time we're gonna go through possible solutions. Tonight is Friday, so I wish you all a happy weekend. Have a good time off. I'm not gonna make any more of these videos until next week. I will be out of the office. But if you're around, you can catch me in the streets of San Francisco, being part of the change, being part of the cause, being part of the resistance. So until next time, have a good one.